So you're thinking about moving to Naples, Florida? I've got the perfect video for you, a complete map tour of Naples, Florida, from North Naples all the way down to East Naples, everything in between. Stay till the end. I'm going to actually share with you where the 2021 dream home, what community that was actually in. Let's go. First time to the channel, please subscribe. Tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the real estate market here in Naples, Florida. Hi, my name is Randy Curtis. I'm with eXp Realty. Every single day I get calls, texts, emails from people just like yourself looking for some help on making the move to Naples. I live here, my family lives here. We absolutely love it. So if you're looking to move in, say, the next 9 to 90 days, call me, text me, you can email me, set up a live in-person Zoom meeting. All of my contact information is in the description below, so we can help you make a smooth move to Naples, Florida. So we're going to cover the city of Naples, the area of Naples. Really break this video down into 3 parts. It's kind of like an overview of the whole area of Naples, and then the 3 different parts of Naples, north, central, and what's considered East Naples. A little bit of a backstory for me personally. My family, we actually moved from California via RV because we had 2 dogs, so we couldn't fly them or anything at the time, so we decided to do an RV trip, and that took us 4 days. 4 days and about 96 hours. Strenuous, white knuckling that RV. It was actually it was miserable by the 3rd and 4th day. It was difficult because it was just moving like this on the freeway, and people were just passing me. That thing didn't go over like 65 miles an hour. So it took us a little bit longer than I had told the family it would take, and they don't let that down. But let's jump into Naples specifically. They kind of move this here, and we're going to zoom in a little bit and kind of give a big picture first, and then we'll dive more into Naples. It's different than what I had thought. So the area of Naples is quite large. So it's actually inside of, this is Collier County. So within Collier County, there are 3 cities. There's Naples, so kind of like here, and then there's Marco Island, which is here, and then there's Everglades City, that's here. So 3 different cities make up Collier County, but the area, all other areas are really considered Naples. So whether you live here, or you live here, or you live here, those are all considered Naples and have Naples addresses, unless you're specifically on Marco Island or in Everglades City. So hopefully that makes sense to you. From a bigger picture, you've got Tampa Bay to Naples. You just come down to 75. Depending on where you live in Naples, could be 2.5 hours, typically what it takes us. And then if you were to head east and go across what's called Alligator Alley and get to the other side, hour 45 minutes. We actually drop down into Miami. So from Naples to Miami takes us 2 hours. And then just a third kind of like key area, which would be a pretty cool place to go to, is actually Key West. So you could do Key West a couple of different ways. You could go by boat. So they have what's called Key West Express. So you're about a 3-hour cruise, again, to Tampa. You're about 2.5, and then over to Miami, you're 2. Okay, so just kind of touching on those parts. The airport here that most people use is in Fort Myers. So from the airport, which is about right in here, down into North Naples might take you, say, 30 minutes. And if you live more down in central Naples, might be 40, 45. And obviously, if you live further down east, it could be up to an hour. Now, there's actually another airport about right in here in Naples, but it's a smaller airport, and it's a private airport, it's jets, so private jets there. The Fort Myers would be, it's an international airport, so a lot of people use that one, just to kind of give you a feel. Now, this area said is about 2,200 square miles, but the city of Naples here, there's about 30,000 that live within what's called the city of Naples. It's kind of like your downtown Naples, kind of like right there. We'll cover it when we kind of break it down a little bit more. But in the entire area of Collier County, there's about 400,000 people. Okay, so just to kind of give you the distinctions on that part. Let's zoom in on Naples a little bit more specifically. So to the north is you have Bonita Springs, there's Fort Myers Beach, you have Sanibel Island, and then down to the east you really have kind of like Marco Island. Naples itself is really broken down into three parts, and we'll cover them. Now these lines won't be exact until we kind of like dial it in, but you have your North Naples, and then you'll have your Central Naples. We'll just kind of draw a line there, and then the rest would be considered East Naples. Okay, so they all are a little bit different. They all have their own characteristics, different beaches, different high schools, different things to do. So I'm going to kind of cover those and maybe some shopping in those different areas, kind of like pros and cons of each area, and kind of dive in a little bit deeper. So let's start with North Naples. Okay, so starting out in North Naples, got a lot of ground to cover, so I got the map kind of marked up here for us. We'll cover it in a little bit of detail, but the boundaries of North Naples, think of the top of the screen here, of going across the top, would be Vanderbilt Beach, not Vanderbilt Beach, Bonita Beach Road, down to Pine Ridge would be down below. So between Pine Ridge and going up to Bonita Beach, that would be considered your North Naples. Going just past Bonita Beach is obviously the city of Bonita Springs. And then some of your main streets heading from north to south is you have the 75 freeway. That's just splitting right down the middle of Naples. And then you have the 41, if you recall, we talked about that connects Tampa to Miami. Some of your other main streets is north to south is you have Goodlet Frank. You have, this should probably be like airport pulling. You have the 75, and then you have Collier Boulevard. These are some of your main, these are your main streets really heading north and south. And then your main streets going from east to west are, where up there was the Bonita Beach, and then you come down to Immokalee, and then you come down from there is then you've got Vanderbilt Beach Road down to Pine Ridge. So those are your main streets going east and west. So starting out, let's cover the high school. So the high school in the area is right here, and this is Gulf Coast High School. There's also some private high school, but this is the public one. And then some of your main shopping areas that I wanted to cover are, you've got a Walmart Supercenter here. You've got Seed to Table here. It's actually right here on the corner. Very famous, probably the most famous grocery store in the country. A lot of fun. We go up there every once in a while. It's got 800 employees, 75,000 square foot grocery store. It's almost kind of like a Disneyland, real festive. They got, just a lot of things going on, live bands, and got like a wine room and any kind of food you can imagine. They do it all there, so it's a fun place to go. Down below is you have the waterside shops, would be down here, and those are just right at like the Pelican Bay neighborhood and community, and we'll kind of touch on that a little bit. You've got Costco down here, and in this shopping center is they've got like a Dick's Sporting Goods, Trying to think what else is in there, but real big shopping center there. So those are some of your main shopping, but really kind of like really nice high-end shopping. Mercado here, Whole Foods, got like a Nordstrom Rack, a lot of different places to eat. There's nightlife there, like on weekends, movie theater there. So that part's really cool. And then I did want to touch on some of the main neighborhoods in North Naples, but the first one would be Pelican Bay. So I just kind of, no particular order. These are just popular neighborhoods up in North Naples. But you've got Pelican Bay here. Just in Pelican Bay, there's 6,500 residences there. Golf course, mid, low, high rise condominiums overlooking the Gulf. And this is actually considered WOFO, and that's because they're west of this 40 of the 41. So anything west of the 41, it's a local term here called WOFO. And then you have two, this is Oaks Estates. So for those of you that are looking for a little bit more land, so call it 2.5 acre lots, those are about 20 minutes to get from there to get to the beach. Just east of there is you have Island Walk, real popular, family type neighborhood. You have Vineyards just south of that, real popular. And then from Immokalee heading north, really just been booming the last couple of years. You've got a lot of great golf courses up there. You've got Mediterra. It's popular. Obviously, you've got Audubon Country Club here. You got Talus Park in here. It's the architecture in there is just beautiful. The golf course is fantastic. Quail West, the community here. But you start to look at these places like, for example, here's Quail West. Just really, really, really pretty area. Let's see. Then we can drop down. Down here, this is actually Pine Ridge. So Pine Ridge is in town, but you've got the large lots, 1.5 to, I think they could possibly go to about 5 acres. So, a lot of 2.5 acre lots in there. Voted America's #1 or best neighborhood. So that's pretty cool. There's some beautiful, beautiful homes in there. Let's see, what else I got? I got Naples Park here. Really neat neighborhood. A lot of older homes, but a lot of renovations, a lot of rebuilds, are in there. And then you've got Tiburon Golf here, #10. So those are just a lot of real popular neighborhoods that are in North Naples. And then just touching on some things to do. Obviously, you've got the beaches. So about 20-25 minutes from here is you have Fort Myers Beach. Just north of here, obviously, you've got this Bonita Springs. So you have Bonita Beach. Here, you've got Barefoot Beach, Delnor Wiggins State Park here, Vanderbilt Beach here, Young Vibe. That's where my daughters like to go there. So, you'll see a lot of teenagers go and stuff like that. And then this stretch here is 3 miles of just pristine, beautiful beach that's actually private for the community of Pelican Bay, but you can get passes there. You can get like day passes. So if you go to pelicanbayableek.org, you can go for the day. So that's a way to be able to access that part. So yeah, I know you've got wonderful places to go kayaking and canoeing. I know like in here, you've got the Bird Rookery Island, and it's just a place to be able to go and just kayak, canoe, and stuff like that. Up more of even go a little further up into North Naples, you have some really, really cool like state parks up in there. One's called Audubon Corkscrew Sanctuary. It's a beautiful place to go. And Crowbird Rookery. I did want to mention those two places. But that's just to kind of give you a feel for North Naples. Great dining, great shopping centers, like the Water Shops down here, just south of Pelican Bay. Barnes and Noble, Tesla, Lululemon, different places to eat and shop, really kind of like high end. It's nice. Great diversity too, as far as homes, canal, beachfront, golf course, you name it, it's there. So I really love it up there. I don't personally live in North Naples. One of the benefits is it's close to everything. So, let's move to Central Naples now. We'll kind of cover that part, and then so let's go ahead and move on. All right, so that brings us to Central Naples. Got a lot of ground to cover here, so going to try and get to it quick as we can for you guys. More of a, I call it the heart of Naples, like more of a dense population. So the boundaries would be from Pine Ridge here down to, it'll encompass Port Royal and Royal Harbor, but Davis. So this Davis comes up here and then actually connects to the 75. So from Davis up to Pine Ridge, and then again, some of your main streets going north and south, as you got the freeway coming right through 75, heading east towards Alligator Alley, and then you got Livingston Road. You have Airport Pulling. You've got Goodlet Frank, and then again you have Tamiami that's just continuing from north heading down south and connecting to bypassing like Marco and then connecting to Miami. So let's start out with schools. We really have 3 schools, so depending exactly what neighborhood you are. If you're out towards the Golden Gate area, you have Golden Gate High School here. More of downtown Central Naples is you have Naples High School, which is about right in here. And then right on the border of Central and North Naples is you have Baron Collier High School right here, right off of Airport Pulling. So those are your 3 high schools, depending on where you're at. You would fit into one of those 3. And then there's some private high schools as well. There's one right next to Baron Collier up here. So let's kind of cover and move into some of the popular neighborhoods in Central Naples. So we'll start down more of the south, but you have Port Royal. So Port Royal is your creme de la creme. It's your top, neighborhood in Naples as far as expenses. It's right along the beautiful coast here. Homes could be oceanfront, or they can be canal homes that are on the Naples Bay, and they can start at 20 million, and you can move on up. And then right across the bay here is you have Royal Harbor. Royal Harbor are all canal homes. I forget how many residents, about 400 residences in Royal Harbor. And then starting to head north, Wofo, west of the 41, you have downtown Naples or Old Naples, and then moving up a little bit north, Coquina Sands, and then you got Moorings, and then you got Park Shore, that's right at the edge of Central and heading into North Naples. And then from there, let's see, we can drop down Sun Terrace right above the high school. Cool area right there. These homes and this stretch of area are all within like 5 minutes to the beach. Some really neat neighborhoods in there. And then you got some great golf communities as well. I can't hit them all. I mean, there's 250 plus golf courses in Naples, but I love going in Gray Oaks. Gray Oaks is a private gated community here. It's just stunning once you get in there. And then you got the Golden Gate area, a little bit heading east, and that would be east of the 75. Again, similar to like Oaks Estates, Logan Estates, where you start to have more land. So if you're looking for land at a little better value than the ones we were talking about before, Pine Ridge and Oaks Estates would be in Golden Gate. And then another cool community up here, I'm not sure if I'm exactly hovering over it, 10, is the Bath and Tennis Club. Very difficult to get in there, actually, to get a single family home. Just really pretty once you get in there, gated community. So those are some of the top neighborhoods in central Naples. Again, I'm kind of missing a lot. There's a lot of beautiful places. So from there, let's talk about places to go, things to do, shopping. There's a ton of it. The crown jewel would be here, and this is actually Fifth Avenue South. So Fifth Avenue South is comes right off of the 41 and runs directly to the beach. So it's a couple mile stretch of just very high-end shopping, dining, very festive. I'm sure you can find videos and a lot of information on that, but it's got your Armani and your Gucci and all the kind of like high-end shops like that. And it's just always popping. A lot of people there in the area, a lot of dining right there as you're walking the streets. Got great coffee shops and ice cream and stuff like that, but just very festive. So it's one of those places where any of your friends or family come into Naples, it's like one of the top spots that you would want to bring them to. Then real close to that is you have in here is actually the Naples Bay, and right at the top of it, where the bridge is for the 41, is you'll find like Tin City and Riverwalk. Tin City is kind of like when you walk in shopping, good place to get Naples type kind of like merch. So sweatshirts, t-shirts, stuff like that. Great dining. A little more touristy, that's where you'll find the boats that'll go out, the charters for your fishing, the sunset cruises, the dolphin cruises, the deep sea charters will really kind of go all out from that area. So that's some shopping. And then you have one of the main shoppings is you have the mall right here. So the mall's right on the corner of 41, and I believe that's Golden Gate. Great mall, really nice, clean. Got every store that you could imagine there. Good mall. And then you head up north, and you got the village shops at Venetian Bay. We kind of give you a little bit of a kind of a look at what that looks like there. Looks pretty good to me. All right, so you got those shops there, and then you have a super Walmart out here. Really, really nice, actually. Got the Walmart shop there. Trying to think of some other areas to be able to shop. There's a 3rd Avenue, or is it 3rd Street South in here. Saturday, like farmers markets. Again, really nice restaurants there. They got one of my favorites is the Tommy Bahama little restaurant. They have excellent. What's the drink that I get there? It's the coconut one. What's that called? Oh, maybe you can send me it. I freaked in it. Pina colada. Great pina colada at Tommy Bahamas. So you've got that there. As far as like things to do, there's some really cool parks. I want to give a shout out because I like sports. Is they built a really nice, it's called Paradise Coast Sports Complex. 10 soccer fields, I think 5 or 6 baseball fields, 5 or 6 softball fields. They've got a stage that they've built for like live outdoor theater, seats like 5,000. So pretty cool place out there. And then more in town is you have right adjacent to the mall, so it'd be kind of like right in here, is you have Fleischman Park, more soccer fields, baseball fields, little skate park. And then you come down a little bit south, and one of my favorite places to go is Baker Park. So Baker Park, great walking trails. They have a cool dog park there. It's on the bay, so you could actually dock boat there, barbecue, stuff like that. So great place for picnics and stuff like that. Then right above that is you have the zoo. So you got the zoo right here, and they connect. Baker Park and the zoo, they actually connect with walking trails. The zoo is really neat. And matter of fact, we're actually going to go this upcoming Saturday because on the first Saturday of every month is free to those that live in the community. So we're actually going to go to the zoo for the first time. So looking forward to that part. So that kind of covers a lot of central Naples. Trying to think if I'm kind of forgetting everything. I covered the schools, kind of showed you some of the top neighborhoods. Oh, let's talk about the beaches. I'm sorry. So the beaches, you have Naples Beach. So this is where the pier would be. Okay. I love this stretch of beach, just walking along here. This is very nice for like collecting shells. It's more quiet. And then if you walk far enough, it actually goes all the way to where it connects to the bay, where the bay comes out. You have Loudermilk Park. Neat beach, a little touristy, but what I like about it is they have the bathrooms. They have like a real nice concession stand place to sit and eat, all covered. Outdoor volleyball courts, kind of like a park setting. So it's one of the only beaches in Naples like that. So that's pretty cool about Loudermilk Park. So those are your main, and then obviously you've got this whole stretch of beach going up to Pine Ridge. So that covers the beaches, boating, all the canals, like these canals here, go out to the water. Port Royale, excuse me, the Naples Bay connects to the Gulf Coast. So you're canoeing and kayaking and boating, tremendous golf and golf communities in the area, great walking parks. Right across the zoo. I believe it's called Celebration Park, but that's a very cool walking trail. That's kind of like right in here as well. So just a lot of great things to do. So that's a good feel for central neighborhood, central Naples. Let's go to East Naples next. Okay, and that leads us into East Naples. I'm starting to hear a little bit of thunder out, so we might get a little bit of thunder. If you hear it, that's pretty normal here in the summer. So wanted to cover essentially kind of like the boundaries. So when we drop down into the 41 and we head down east, comes all the way down east, and then you get to what's called Collier Boulevard, and you can drop down to Marco Island. That's about a 20-minute drive, and then obviously you can continue down the 41, and that'll just head right over to Miami. So I see East Naples as future of growth. There's just a lot of opportunity out there as far as land that's available. It's just so pretty down there, just the wildlife and just so natural. It's just a little bit different, obviously, than the dense part of central Naples, which is beautiful. But this is a lot of untapped potential for the future. So I see where, down the road, more and more of your planted communities and neighborhoods will be popping up heading this direction. So a little bit better value. Dollar goes a little bit longer when you start to kind of head down into East Naples. So some good opportunities there. Start out with high school. So the high school is right here. There's Lely High School. So there's one high school there, and there's actually a high school on Marco Island as well. We looked into that. I think it's like a charter private high school there. As far as neighborhoods, some of the top neighborhoods down in East Naples is you have Lely and Lely Resort, extremely popular planned communities with a lot of golf courses. And then you've got Verona Walk here, number 3. And then you've got over here Isles of Collier, real popular planned community. It's really pretty in there. And then you start to travel down east. 5 here is you have Treviso Bay, gated golf community. Start to head a little bit further down. You have 6 is Fiddler's Creek. That's off of the Collier Boulevard. So coming down 41 and heading down Collier Boulevard, Fiddler's Creek will be to the left. Planned gated community. Beautiful golf course. Really love it in there. It's one of my favorite golf courses. It's an award-winning golf course. And then over here, as you have number 7, is you have Naples Reserve, another top neighborhood in East Naples. Really neat planned gated neighborhood there as well. No golf course, but they have everything else, besides that. And then you come down a little bit further east, and I wanted to point this out, is you have Eagle Lakes Golf Club. Interestingly enough, that's where I very first started learning about Naples, because that's where the 2021 HGTV Dream Home was being built on, actually on that golf course. We actually lost out on a bidding war on that house. The house immediately went up for sale. So whoever won it decided not to move into it. I don't know why. I think, how can you not want to get a free house in Naples? I mean, call me crazy. So we were like, all right, you don't want it, we'll take it. And we ended up getting into a bidding war, and we ended up losing out on it. And it's really a shame, but it really motivated me to become a real estate agent, because I felt like that shouldn't have happened. Our agent should have been able, he should have been able to win, he should have been able to win that for us, and us be able to get that. I think he would have done things differently. So I won't let that happen. I will not lose a negotiation on behalf of my buyers. So those are some of your top neighborhoods, and then obviously you get down and you've got Marco Island as well. So let's talk about a little bit of the shopping, because there's not a lot. That'd be the negative part of East Naples, is you don't have nearly the amount of shopping that you have in Central Naples, downtown Naples, and then North Naples. It's just different. It's probably coming in the future. So who knows what it's going to look like 10 years from now. But right here on the corner of the 41 and Collier Boulevard, right here, right in the corner, is just your big anchor shopping center. I believe it's a Lowe's, like Marshall, stuff like that, and other stores along the way that go with that. But sprinkled along this 41, all up and down, is just a lot of small shopping centers, a lot of restaurants, places to eat, stuff like that. But yeah, that's going to be a quick one. As far as things to do, there's a lot of things to do. First is up right when you start to drop down into East Naples. And I want to make a correction, because the park that I mentioned right across the zoo, I said that was Celebration Park. I made a mistake. That's actually Freedom Park. And right here is Celebration Park. So Celebration Park's cool. I've actually been there a few times. It's on a canal, so a lot of boaters will pull up. We're kind of like food truck style, so you can get out. They probably have like 10 food trucks, different varieties of food, and then they have a cool bar, that just big open bar that overlooks the canal and stuff. So very, very cool place. So we'll start with that one. And then as you drop down more east, Naples Botanical Garden, love the place. If you have family that's coming in town, take them there. Or if you haven't been here yet, I would take you there. I'd want to show you, because it just shows like the pure natural beauty of Naples. It's essentially a walking park, kind of a couple miles, but it's through just natural gardens. Amazing. And it surrounds like a lake. You see like an alligator in there, and turtles, and they've just done a phenomenal job. It's actually free to go there on the weekends if you bank with Bank of America. So that's cool. As you come down and you start heading down towards Marco Island, there's Rookery Bay. So you can launch kayaks there and boards there, and you can end up kind of getting into this whole area here, which is really cool. Wanted to point out this part of Keewaydin Island. So a lot of people will go there either from Marco and come up, or from Naples. They'll come along the back bay here. You can come all the way along the back bay, or you could even come from the Gulf. This is where people will park up on the beach. There's some sandbars there, real festive and family friendly. And on a given spring day, I mean summer day, you could have 100 boats out there. So it's a lot of fun. You have, I want to point out here, another island next to Marco Island, and you get there from this street here. Not sure the name of the street. You drop down into Goodland, and on Sundays in spring, probably winter, spring, they stopped in the summer because it's just probably the heat. is they have a very cool bar, essentially restaurant, live bands, very family friendly. Just a lot of people just going out just to just have a great time and dance and stuff like that. So that's actually a fun place to go to. I think we've been there twice, so you got to see that place. And then on Marco Island, right in here somewhere, you have Snookin, another, kind of like, I guess you want to call it famous or whatever, popular, like kind of like restaurant, that you could pull up with your boat, stuff like that. So that hits kind of like some of the things that you can do. Not quite as much as, Central and North Naples, but the things that you're doing are absolutely beautiful. And of course, obviously, you got the golfing and tennis and, all that go along with that. So anyways, that's going to be a wrap on our tour of the entire area of Naples. I hope that helps you. My intent was to give you something that I felt like I wish I had in the beginning. So you move to a part that you feel like is more of a fit for you, depending on your needs and your family and stuff like that. So I will catch you on the next video, and have a wonderful day.